Welcome back to English Story Lab, the podcast where you grow your English by listening to short stories you can actually understand. Today's story is very old. It comes from Aesop, a storyteller who lived thousands of years ago. It is called The Wind, the Sun, and the Traveler. It is a simple story, but it holds a powerful lesson about people, about work, and about how we treat each other. Here is how to use this episode. First, just listen and enjoy. Don't worry about every single word. Then listen a second time and notice 8 useful everyday phrases. I will explain each one slowly and clearly. So relax, take a breath, and let's begin. High above the world, 2 old powers were arguing. One was the north wind, cold and proud. The other was the sun, warm and calm. Every day they watched the people below. And every day the north wind said the same thing. I am the strongest, he said. Nobody is stronger than me. I can tear the roofs off houses. I can bend the tallest trees. The sun only smiled. Strength is not always about force, said the sun. But the north wind did not want to listen. He wanted to prove that he was the best. He would not back down. To back down means to give up an argument or stop a challenge. The north wind would never back down. Down below, on a long, empty road, a traveler was walking. He was an older man with a thick brown coat and a red scarf. The wind was cold, so he held his coat close to keep warm. The north wind saw him and had an idea. Look at that man, he said. Let's have a contest. Whoever can make the traveler take off his coat is the true winner. The sun thought for a moment and then agreed. All right, said the sun, but you go first. Give it your best shot. To give it your best shot means to try as hard as you possibly can. The north wind laughed. This will be easy, he said. Watch me. So the north wind took a deep breath and he blew. He blew hard and cold across the road. The traveler felt the freezing air and he pulled his coat tighter. The north wind blew harder. He could not keep his cool. To keep your cool means to stay calm. But the wind could not keep his cool at all. He was angry now. He began to lose his temper. To lose your temper means to suddenly become very angry. The angrier the wind became, the harder he blew. And the harder he blew, the tighter the traveler held his coat. The wind was only making matters worse. To make matters worse means to cause even more problems. Every cold gust made the traveler hold on more tightly. The coat did not come off. It stayed shut. Let's pause and look at 4 phrases from the story so far. Number 1, to back down. This means to give up an argument or a challenge. The proud north wind would not back down. Number 2, to give it your best shot. This means to try as hard as you can. The sun told the wind to give it his best shot. Number 3, to keep your cool. This means to stay calm even when things are hard. The north wind could not keep his cool. And number 4, to lose your temper. This means to suddenly become angry. When the wind lost his temper, he only made matters worse. Now, let's return to the road and see what the sun will do. At last, the north wind stopped. He was out of breath. He had blown with all his power, and still the traveler wore his coat. Slowly, the wind had to back down. Fine, he said, breathing hard, your turn, but you will fail too. That coat will never come off. The sun said nothing unkind. The sun did not laugh and did not lose his temper. The sun simply moved out from behind a gray cloud and began to shine. The sun did not rush. Little by little, the sun grew warmer. To do something little by little means to do it slowly, step by step. The sun warmed the cold road little by little. Down below, the traveler felt something change. The freezing wind was gone. A soft, golden warmth touched his shoulders. He stopped holding his coat so tightly. He looked up at the bright sky and smiled. The morning was becoming beautiful. The sun kept shining, gently and patiently. He was not trying to force the man. He was trying to get through to him. To get through to someone means to reach them, to make them feel or understand something. Force had failed, but warmth was getting through to the traveler. Little by little, the man began to warm up to the day. To warm up to something means to slowly start to like it. As the road grew warm, the traveler warmed up to the idea of resting. He wiped his forehead. It was getting hot now. Too hot for a thick coat and a scarf. And then, all on his own, the traveler stopped walking. He loosened his red scarf. He unbuttoned his heavy brown coat. And finally, he slipped the coat off his shoulders and carried it over his arm. The sun had won, not by force, not by shouting, but by patience and warmth. The north wind watched in silence. He understood now. He had given it his best shot with all his strength and failed. The sun had barely tried and won. Strength, said the sun softly, is not the same as force. You cannot force a person to change. But with warmth and patience, you can get through to almost anyone. Now let's look at 4 more phrases. To make matters worse, to cause even more problems. The wind's anger made matters worse. To do something little by little, to do it slowly, step by step. The sun warmed the road little by little. To get through to someone, to reach them and make them understand. Warmth got through to the traveler. And to warm up to something, to slowly start to like it. The man warmed up to the sunshine and took off his coat. Remember, the sun did not lose his temper. The sun kept his cool, and that is why the sun won. So what happened in our story? The north wind was proud. He used all his force and lost. The sun was patient and gentle and won. Now 3 quick questions. Think about your answers. 1. Why did the traveler hold his coat tighter when the wind blew? 2. What did the sun do differently from the wind? 3. In your own life, at work or at home, when is it better to be gentle than to be forceful? Pause the audio and think. Here is the old lesson from Aesop, and it is still true today. Gentleness and patience are often stronger than force and anger. You cannot force people, but you can warm them and get through to them. Thank you for listening to English Story Lab. If this story helped you, you can download today's 8 phrases as a free PDF. The link is in the description. Keep the list, review it, and try to use 1 phrase today. And next time, another old story with a modern lesson, The Ant and the Grasshopper, a tale about hard work, planning, and one long cold winter. Until then, keep listening, keep learning, and remember, little by little, you are getting better every day. See you next time.